Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. Last week I predicted that number 1 would be Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Number 2 would be Underworld Blood Wars. Number 3 would be Sing. Number 4 would be Hidden Figures. And number 5 would be A Monster Calls. But I just realized, when I saw the numbers, that A Monster Calls only opened in about 1,000 theaters. So, of course, it didn't make it into the top 5. If you really want to know where A Monster Calls opened, it opened at 13, making only $2 million. And this is on a budget of $43 million, but on the worldwide chart, it's already been out in some other places. It's at $36 million. So far, it's not doing too horribly. So let's get into the actual top 10 now. At number 1 was Rogue One for probably the last time at the number 1 spot, but there's another movie at the number 2 spot that might be closing in on it when the actual numbers come out, we'll see, but it made not 21,972,000 this weekend, and that adds to a domestic total of 477 million, and on the worldwide chart, it is at $914 million. It is only 86 million away from getting to $1 billion worldwide, and that's very great for the movie, but it's getting hunted down by some of the newer releases and movies being more wide released, and that would be number 2, Hidden Figures, which made $21,800,000, so estimating about 100,000 away from each other. So maybe Hidden Figures will beat Rogue One when the real numbers come out, but usually the estimates on Box Office Mojo are correct, so it'll probably get number 2, but still, that adds to a total of $24 million because it's been out and limited for quite a while now, and it's almost about to pass its $25 million budget, and from what I'm hearing, a lot of people really like it, and they'll probably want to go out and see it more, and it'll double its budget to $50 million. That's pretty good for the movie. Also at number 3 is Sing, kind of close, but not entirely close. It's at $19 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $213 million. It's been making a lot more money now that some weeks have passed since its original release date, which is kind of expected, and on the worldwide charts it is at $356 million, which is very good for this movie, another hit for Illumination, and a much better film than The Secret Life of Pets, even though Secret Life of Pets made more money. Sing, I'm still glad, is getting some recognition. It's quadrupled its budget at this point. It's on a low budget of $75 million, and that's pretty low for an animated movie, so it's not that big of a surprise that it already quadrupled its budget, but still, I'm surprised that it actually was able to stick around a little bit more. But anyways, number 4 was Underworld Blood Wars, making $13 million this weekend, the lowest grossing opening weekend for an Underworld film in the series. But don't you worry, guys, even though the budget is on $35 million, the worldwide total is already at $55 million, and it only needs $15 more million to double its $35 million budget, so we'll probably get, how many more Underworld movies? 15? I don't know. As long as more people go out to see it worldwide, then they'll probably keep making them. I heard some rumors that this is the last one, or maybe that was Resident Evil that I'm confusing this with. I don't know. The point is, I don't think anyone really likes these movies too much, except for some of its fan base, and I think they all just went to see it this weekend, so I don't know. Anyways, number 5, a movie that everyone's a fan of pretty much, La La Land. This weekend it made $10 million, and that adds to a total of $51 million, which is pretty good. It actually was able to expand in more theaters, and it actually got into the top 5. I'm very happy with that because I love La La Land, and on the worldwide chart is at $85 million, so it doubled its $30 million budget, and it's on its way of tripling it. It just needs $5 million more, which it will certainly get. Number 6 was Passengers. This weekend it made $8 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $80 million. And at first, when this movie came out, I was like, man, this is such a huge flop. Its budget is 110. There's no way it'll even be able to get that. But on the worldwide chart, it hasn't doubled its $110 million budget yet, but it did pass it. It is at $137 million worldwide. So Passengers is somewhat of a hit. It just needs to get to 220 to be considered a success financially. I'm not sure if it'll be able to get there, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. If it's even here next week, that is. Number 7 was Why Him. This weekend it made $6,500,000, and that adds to a domestic total of $48 million. So it passed its $38 million budget, and it needs to get to $76 million to double that budget. So on the worldwide chart, it is stuck at $66 million. It needs only $10 million more then, and maybe it'll get there combining next week's domestic weekend and then the worldwide probably will be able to bump that up. So I'm thinking that this movie isn't a big flop. Good on you, James Franco and Bryan Cranston, even though I haven't seen the movie at all. Number 8 was Moana. This weekend it made $6,413,000, and that adds to a domestic total of 225. And on the worldwide chart, it is at 450 million. And if the budget is 150 million, like I think it is, like other Walt Disney animated movies, it just tripled its budget or got Actually, yeah, it just tripled its budget. Congratulations, Moana, another hit for Disney, and maybe it'll win the Golden Globes tonight. By the way, the Golden Globes are tonight. Did you know that? I kind of forgot the other day, but I might watch them. The point is, there is no point. Moving on, number 9 was Fences. This weekend it made $4 million, and that adds to a domestic total of $40 million. Very good for the movie. It needs $8 million more to double its $24 million budget, though, but I think it'll be able to get there because awards consideration, and plus more people went out to see it when it expanded to other theaters, so probably more people will go out and see it, and it'll double its budget. And finally, here at number 10, we have Assassin's Creed. Is this the last time I'm talking about this movie here? Most likely, it made $3 million this weekend. That adds to a domestic total of $49 million, and it's on the worldwide at $99 million. It was $1 million away from getting to $100 million, and now it's about to leave the top 10 without even getting there. Sorry, Michael Fassbender. This one just isn't right for you. And now it's time for the fun part, the predictions for next week's top 5. Now this might be a little bit tricky because there are a lot of options to choose from. We have some new releases for 2017, then we have some movies that came out in limited in 2016 that are expanding. I'm going to predict, now this is going to be tricky. I don't blame anyone for whatever order they put them in for their predictions, but I'm going to say number 1 will be Monster Trucks because it looks like dumb fun for the kids and kids will want to see it. Then I'm going to say number 2 is The Bye Bye Man, because it's a horror movie. I know that's popular. Then I'm going to say number 3 is Patriots Day, because judging by Peter Berg's last film, Deepwater Horizon, maybe this movie won't do as much. I'm not sure, but I think it'll make some money. I'm going to say number 4 is Live by Night, because I have seen some promotion for it, but also the Rotten Tomatoes score, you got to factor that in. So I'm going to say it opens there. And instead of predicting that Jamie Foxx movie Sleepless is going to make it, I'm going to say number 5 is Rogue One, because I honestly don't think enough people know what Sleepless even is. I kind of forgot what Sleepless was. But anyways, what are your predictions for next week's top 5? Leave it in the comments below, and if you got your predictions right for this week, you're going to get a shout out right now. Unless you didn't get it right, then I'm sorry. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher, and enjoy the Golden Globes tonight. See you guys next time.